So there are a lot of different ways of sticking two parts together. You can screw them together, you can glue them together, or you can design in fasteners themselves into the parts so that they snap together. But in this video, we're going to go through some basic connectors to join larger 3D printed parts together if you're trying to make a larger one out of a few smaller ones. So the first and very simplest way of doing this is with a peg and hole, but most people would generally go to a round peg and a round hole. You don't want to do this. A round hole will sag and be dimensionally off a little bit to where you don't have a good grip, and a round peg can't really be printed in a horizontal orientation to where it can be strong. You don't want the pegs to be in plane with the layers because they'll just snap off. So instead, to avoid all of these problems, take a square peg and make it diagonal. Turn it sideways, and now you have a diamond hole and a diamond peg. This diamond hole makes sure that there's no overhang areas, so it's very dimensionally precise, and you're able to print the square peg horizontally on the print bed so that it's as strong as it would ever need to be to hold the two parts together. But it's only held together by the actual friction of the parts themselves. Now the square peg is fine, but what if you want something that's kind of low profile? Maybe you have a really thin part or you're trying to peg around the outer edge. You don't want to do small little diamond holes, and you want something a little bit more universal and robust. Well, in this case, go ahead and do like a slab and slot. This is really easy to do, and you're able to create something really reliable. Just make sure that you are tapering the ends of whatever the peg is that you're putting inside of there, the slab that we're going to shove inside of there. Taper it off, round it off so that it slides in and then gets tighter as it goes in, because it can connect with the walls of the part even better. And this is how you can create a really low profile connecting option. Now these are both fine, but pegs have an issue. Pegs can have a really big gap in between, because as you're pressing a part together, if you have a really broad face, it can flex because it's plastic. And if it flexes and you press the two things together and on the outer edges they come together, but then the flex pops them back loose a little bit. So you end up with a bigger gap that you can't really overcome without making the part just stiffer so it can't flex as much, but that increases cost. You don't want to do that. So you need something that is able to press together easily, but then hold and retain in a precise position and even stronger than what you would normally have. There's a couple of options for this one. The first one we're going to look at is basically just a little S bracket. You design in a hole into the part to where you can slide in the side bracket and then slide it into a slot to where it will snap into a small slot inside of the part. This is a really good way of doing it. It is symmetric, so you can replicate that hole all throughout your part, and you can change the size of the connector piece in order to increase the amount of compression on there. This is a really good way of combining two pieces, and it's a very simple piece. Of course, make sure you round it all out so that it has nice, easy corners and is easy to print, but you can make this as thick as you want to make it stronger, but this is a very simple way to have a very precise joining position. Another way of doing this that's a little bit more complex and a little bit less reliable is to use basically snap fits, where you design a double-sided C-clamp to where you can press it into a slot and then it slots into a couple of holes inside of the part. This is a really good way of doing it. It's very easy, it's very intuitive, it doesn't require a lot of training like the S one kind of does. But it can be less robust because it has to be able to flex. The S is a piece of hardware being shoved into a piece of hardware. This is a mechanism, and as a mechanism, it might need to be designed just right so that it can squeeze and have enough pressure, and the latches have to contact just right. It can be tougher because you're pressing things together again rather than squeezing them together to where you can kind of do an over-center clamp thing. So of all of these options, the peg is the easiest. If you're going to use some glue, just go ahead and use a peg. Use the slab if you are going around a thin profile of a small part. You can use the S if you want it as strong as possible and still very concise and tight. And you can use the snap fit if you want something really fast and easy that doesn't require any pressure and still has a pretty tight and reliable fit. But again, these are not the only ways of combining parts. There are tons of ways, and we've done another video about how to actually embed these sorts of features into the parts themselves so you're not printing this third insert peg that you have to use on all these parts and pieces. Though both have their place and both can be useful, but check out that other video if you actually want to go watch it right now. Other than that, make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below if there's other topics that you'd like us to cover around design for 3D printing. Have a great day, everybody.